Hello guys, and welcome to weekly update here on Pound USD. We've got Euro USD, we have gold, USDCAD, and of course the DXY. Starting off with Pound USD, I anticipated that if price breaks above this resistance it created before market close last week, we're going to have a retest of that region and a continuation to the upside. And this is actually one of the winning trade I've had this week. As you can see over here, we had this break above this region, and I actually went in for a buy, and this is almost a 4.8 risk to reward ratio. And yeah, that's the one trade. I actually went in for a sell on Euro USD out market open, and that took me out actually. And the reason was because I anticipated that a rejection here we might get a continuation to the downside. So we got a couple of rejection at market open, and that's why I went in for a sell, but it took me out here, which is fine because I recovered with the other trade. Let me quickly go back here to Pound USD going forward before market ends tomorrow. So far so good. My anticipation was to see that price would reject around this region to continue to the downside. So far it's just bulling up, and my reason was because the Fibonacci retracement tool from here to this point indicates that we are around 50 and here around 61.8, and this was a previously head and shoulder pattern broken, and this was like the neckline, and here's like a strong previously had support, now broken and should be rejected. Alright, so going forward, all I'm going to be anticipating is to see a possible retracement from these regions here. Otherwise that's not what I need. Otherwise I'll be looking for, although market is ending already, so I need to see some kind of pattern to show that price is rejecting towards this region to continue to the downside. And we've seen price reject here, so it's possible to anticipate price to come into this region and continue to the downside. Let's see if that happens, but to continue to the upside, I have a couple of confluence to support that. We have a downward trend line here. If it gets broken, obviously that would be my call to just actually, yeah, so this is a rejection here, downward trend line confluence, and I would like to see price start going to the downside from there. If it breaks above this upward trend line and retest this region here, then we might anticipate that price might want to come back to 3600. Anyways, I'm not sure if price will push all that way before market closes, but let's see if that's going to happen. For Euro USD, is quite very similar. I anticipated price to look at what I did, so I anticipated price to play around this region. Let me take this one off. It's currently doing that right now, so let me quickly draw a line here that we had previously here. So basically I want to see rejections here. Okay, rejections here, and then price to start coming down, because we have an upward trend line here. Price made a new low. It's normal for have to see price come into these regions and reject one more time, but if price breaks above this region, maybe price wants to come back to 1.17. That being said, let's see how I'm not really interested in trading for the rest of the week because it's end of Thursday already. And gold, I anticipated price to come into this region and pull back to this region and continue to the upside. We didn't get that, but we got price to actually create a double bottom around this region and continue to the upside. At this point, we just want to see price continue to the upside all the way to this region. If we click in the 1 hour time frame, we might want to just look for these regions here that has been broken and see if price is going to, let's take this off, back to the 4 hours time frame. Let's see if price is going to make any new high and then come back to retest this region here and then continue to the upside. That's for good. USDCAD, you can see my anticipation is to see price continue to the upside, but I also anticipated that price might want to come into this region, pick up orders around this region and continue to the upside. Price is currently at that region. I'm not going to touch anything here, but just to see what happens. Let me just take this off. So in this case, I like to see price come into this region back and start going to the upside. Otherwise, sells below this region. And lastly, DXY for our confluence, I anticipated either a continuation to the upside from here, or we get a pull into this region to play around here and then continue to the upside. Price is currently at that region. I like to indicate that this was a previously held region here. In that case, it's normal to actually anticipate price to come into this region and continue to the upside. Below here, then we'll know that price wants to just play around. But at this point, I'm looking for rejections and to see price to pull back to the upside, to probably retest 100. If that's going to happen, we're going to get a rejection here, price to the downside, rejection here, price to the downside. Alright, that's that for the updates, more or less the preparation for next week. I'll see you guys for recap during the weekends, and ciao.